Just got done my workout today, and on the way to the gym, I had an apple and maybe 10 grapes. But the one downside to only having some carbs on gym days is that my apple wasn't quite good. It was a little soft and just disappointed. But I am very happy that I ate it in the car ride to the gym, because if it wasn't on the car ride to the gym, I might have had another apple, because I'm like, oh, well, this apple's not that good. So I definitely like having the carbs, going to the gym, doing the workout. And I also find it, I always liked going to the gym, but now I'm like, ooh, I gotta eat an apple too. It's kind of weird, but makes it more enjoyable. Then my lifts today, I don't really feel like I did any better than I did last week when I didn't have any carbs. My shoulder press was the same. I'm doing 8 reps, 4 sets with a 55 single arm. Then my rows did increase, but I'm not sure how much of that is necessarily due to the workout, to the carbs, versus just getting more used to the workout. I did less kettlebell swings today just because my glutes are sore from the deadlifts I did on Monday. And I know tomorrow I have pistol squats, which don't use your glutes. Well, not tomorrow, but Friday I have pistol squats, which don't use your glutes too much, but I still don't really want to have them overly sore, so I took it a little bit easier on them. My ab wheel has gone up significantly. I'm now repping out 5 reps for 3 sets, and a month ago I did 5 reps 1 set, and my abs were completely hurting for the next 2 to 3 days. So being able to progress so quickly in them is definitely nice. Hopefully in another month I'll be able to do them standing from my toes, even though I do question my flexibility of being able to I have to spread my legs so it's more of a split in order to be able to lean down farther enough. But I'm very pleased with my progression in the gym. Also, I feel like my shoulders have, at least with the pump after the gym, gotten bigger. I was watching it and I was feeling right here with my arm up, and I'm damn, they haven't been that big since I obsessively did overhead pressing freshman year of college. And for that, it was more so, I took an 85, and I was just I have the power. And I'd overhead press that for reps of 3, I think. I'm pretty sure I could still overpress an 85, but I'm doing 8 reps instead of 3 reps, so it's the last ones that really get you. Besides that, one of the biggest, hopefully continual changes that I noticed is last night I put away my phone, left it downstairs, and just read a book before bed. Read for about 45 minutes, put the book away, and then just laid in bed and thought about business. Had a little sticky pad, kept turning on the light to write down little ideas. But after that, I fell asleep, woke up once during the night to go pee, and I'm not sure if that's because I was reading the book. I did drink a lot of water beforehand, but I feel like I slept really well last night. My dreams were very vivid, which was really interesting because I got to fight a lion and eventually kill it by crushing its skull with my elbow. Definitely gets the adrenaline going, but very interesting dreams. And I feel I'm not necessarily saying this is 100% but for the past couple months, I've been like leaving an audiobook on, just selecting like timer, turn off end of chapter, and then kind of falling asleep to that. Usually Sherlock Holmes because I love it, but I think that it's not the best sleep schedule, best night routine for it. Because last night I did sleep better. I woke up less often than I normally do. I normally wake up to go pee like 2 or 3 times. And I also like had more vivid dreams than I normally do. And I do know the vividness of my dreams increases with the more time I spend off of my phone. So maybe having my mind clear and able to like basically do some meditation beforehand helped, because I didn't go from like watching a YouTube video to being like, oh, now it's bedtime, putting on an audiobook and falling asleep to that. I went from watching a YouTube video to reading to then meditating, just thinking, contemplating stuff, and then falling asleep. I also slept a lot better last night, according to my wristband. So I'm really hoping that these things continue, and I'll be tracking how reading for an hour before bed affects me. But so far, I'm really hoping that this trend continues, because it would be amazing. Besides that, the one thing I am working on is fixing my sleep consistency, because I'm not always the best with that. I was sleeping earlier, and then sometimes I go to bed at like 12, and really need to be more disciplined about not allowing myself to get caught up with work or with other stuff and going to bed a lot later than I would want to. Because after you're at 12 and then you wake up at like 8 or 9, it's the next night you're like, well, 10 o'clock rolls around, you're like, I'm not tired, so I'm just going to continue getting some work done. And then you're just going to bed way later than you want it to be. I always do find that I am less productive at night once the sun goes down. But this is just my, been doing carnivore still. Well, carnivore with the carbs on gym days. And I've been enjoying it. It's definitely nice to have the occasional carb, and makes it easier to not, I don't know, if I walk through the kitchen and I see something and I'm like, ooh, that looks really good. Granted, I'm not eating any gluten or like sugars right now, processed sugars. I'll be like, oh, I'll have that on my, before I go to the gym. So an apple, like, oh, I'll have that before I go to the gym. Some grapes, I'll have that before I go to the gym. There was a banana I was considering eating, but I left that in the fridge. Anyways, I'll touch back in later.